today's show, Thomas of Fanatic, Triton Headphone, and World Rally Championship. Today's episode sponsored by Race Sim Central, sim racing news and forums since 2000.
Welcome to Inside Sim Racing. I'm Jessica Lopez and this is Darren Ganji.
Hey everybody.
Welcome to our 72nd episode of Inside Sim Racing.
Lots of episodes.
Seems like just yesterday we were at 64.
I know. This is like your 61st.
Yep, long time coming here.
I know.
And we are wrapping up our E3 special reports. This is our fourth and final E3 special report.
Yeah, we're going to actually do a little bit of a wrap up on the next show and talk about some of the things that we may not have shown you guys. Kind of the odd things in the next show, but this is our last special.
And we sure did get a lot of stuff at E3, enough to cover 4 complete episodes.
Last year we only did 1 show.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got tons of stuff this year.
It was cracking over there.
Hell yeah, it was.
Last but not least, we finally got some WRC by Black Fiend and Milestone on the show.
A lot more than we expected. I was expecting to walk into there. They didn't even have a booth. They had a meeting room. And I was expecting to walk in there and get, you know, maybe some screenshots, and I didn't know we were going to get to play it, but man, we got carte blanche. These guys were great. Really cool.
So we have that coming up later on in the show. We also interviewed Triton Headphones to see what new products they have out.
It was your interview.
Yes, it was.
Right.
And you interviewed Thomas from Fanatic.
That's right.
We actually
my
brought
good
him
buddy.
into the studio. We didn't have time to catch up with him at E3, although we did hang out with him there. It was just really hectic, so we invited him back to the studio, and Darren was here to interview him.
He wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah, I was supposed to
wanted
interview
to.
him, but
Yep.
I couldn't make it back to the studio. So sorry about that, Thomas. But nonetheless, he did make it in, and we got to catch up with him on all the newest products and what's going on over at Fanatic.
Yeah, Thomas is a great guy, and we got to, like Jessica mentioned, we got to hang out with him, watch some World Cup soccer. You know what was really cool about it, I want to mention really quick, he's from Germany, and sitting with somebody from their native country, you know, from Germany, and watching their home team play was really cool. He was
Didn't he sing the national
He was singing
anthem?
their national anthem, knew the players' names. It was really cool. So again, Thomas is a great guy. Thomas, thanks for coming and hanging out with us, and had a blast.
All right, well, let's see what Thomas had to say and check out Darren's interview.
All right, well, I'm here with my good friend, Thomas Yakamaya
Well done.
of Fanatic, or the CEO of Endor, who is the parent company of Fanatic. Is that the good way to put it?
Fanatic is our brand name. It's yeah. So
Yeah.
and it's pronounced Fanatic.
Not Fanatec?
Well, you know, actually, I don't care. You can.
You could call it
pronounce it.
Fanatec. It was originally Fanatic, so
It's technology for fanatics. So that's where it comes from.
there you go. So this is starting to turn into a yearly thing for us now, an annual interview. I know you're a little disappointed that you didn't get the beautiful Jessica Lopez.
I was about to cancel the
I know.
interview.
Well, when Jessica told him at E3 that it might not happen, he said, well, I'm not doing this interview then.
I'm not taking it personally. Well, a little bit maybe, but yeah, it's okay. Go on.
So I have the privilege of interviewing Thomas. And so again, yearly E3 visit. So we actually spent a lot of time at E3 together, checking things out. We went to a Forza party together. So what stood out in your mind this year at E3?
Well, mentioning Forza, I mean, actually, I saw got a demonstration of this Kinect thing, and played Forza with nothing.
Yeah, with just your hand sticking out. Yeah.
It's not really a threat for our business model, but it was fun. It was big fun.
It was very cool.
So,
a good party game. Yeah, and that impressed. What about Gran Turismo 5? What did you think about that?
I mean, obviously, that's a no-brainer.
And
That's amazing.
Unfortunately, you didn't get to try it in 3D, but
Yeah, line was just too long.
yeah. So let's move on a little bit. Now we're sitting here with the new V2 version of the GT3 RS, and quite a bit of differences. I'll tell you right now, I just drove it today for the first time, and I've driven the V1 a lot, and this is a different wheel. I mean, The V1 was a great wheel. This has just now stepped up another level. So why don't you tell me, or tell us a little bit about the changes in V2?
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of feedback from customers. I mean, I'm personally in contact with a lot of our customers and even doing support mails from sometimes, etc. We got a lot of feedback, what to improve, what to change, what people want, and yeah, we decided to make a complete new wheel out of that, and it doesn't look like that because the auto mechanics, even the color scheme didn't change, but in fact it's almost like a brand new wheel. And
I think the one difference is that it's got the extra tuning button. That is the one difference.
Which has no function at the moment.
But it is, that was the only difference. And I thought about that too. I'm like, wait a second, what does that do?
It's well, now one of the things is the firmware is now upgradable. So there might be a function in the future with a future firmware upgrade. We're gonna keep on upgrading, improving this product. So now with a new tuning, we added a lot of more functionality. We added the drift mode now in the wheel. The steering angle, for example, can be set from 90 to 900 degree, independent from the game.
In steps of 10.
In steps of 10 now. And that's also that's great for quick adjustments in the game, but that's also very important for games like Gran Turismo 5, which will not support specific changes in the steering angle. So.
As a matter of fact, I was in the breakout session, it was called, at E3 with Kazunori Yamauchi himself. I asked the question, have you added any more adjustability to Gran Turismo 5 as far as the wheel goes? Dead zone, any kind of sliders? And the answer was no, and they didn't say if they were going to add anything. So no adjusting of the degrees of rotation or anything. So it seems like it's going to be pretty much what was in Prologue.
Yeah, talking about Gran Turismo, it's to avoid the shaking on the straights, because our mechanics are more precise than other wheels. So it's necessary to actually add artificial dead zone. We can now do that in order to avoid any shaking.
Yeah, the Carrera, we actually tested that when we reviewed the Carrera on the show, and it was great. It worked really good.
Well, the thing is, basically, the electronics are completely changed and now based on the electronics of the Turbo S or the Carrera. We have a new IC, new processor with more power, which brings us better force feedbacks, more precision, better center calibration, whatever, you know, everything. We got feedback from a lot of people that this wheel feels like a complete new wheel.
All right, so what are some of the other upgrades or changes you've made to it?
Well, one of the biggest requests we had was to improve the shifter pedals, and now we give the people 3 options for their preferred style for the shifter pedals. So you can have it either just the button, or the small shifter pedals as we had before, or the new Club Sport aluminum shifter pedals. And if you want, you can even upgrade to the carbon fiber ones, which are installed.
Yeah, which we have here, which are really cool. And you know what? I definitely like the bigger paddles. It definitely made a difference to me. I like the other smaller paddles too, but it's just you didn't have to think about it as much. They were nicely configured.
But it didn't stop there. I mean, we also changed the inner structure of the buttons, so it's the button itself feels much more precise and tight. So yeah, I mean, a lot of small details, including on-off buttons, and something also very major is the full PlayStation 3 compatibility. The old GT3 was announced that some games will work with this wheel is a PlayStation wheel, and we developed it with GT5 in mind. And yeah, for the hardcore sim races for PlayStation and PC.
Yeah, because there was some games that it didn't work fully with. I mean, I honestly didn't notice many.
You had to set back the system date and things like that. This is not what you wanted when you have a gaming console. You want to have plug and play.
Plug and play, exactly.
And this is what we're delivering now.
Cool. Now, what about the people that bought the original wheel? You've offered an upgrade kit.
Exactly. I mean, this is yeah. We decided to offer an upgrade kit for our existing customers. So we don't want to earn money on that. We actually giving away the kits at cost price, and you can upgrade it by yourself, or you can let us do it. You find the details in my blog at 911wheel.com. Please don't make any other inquiries to our sales team. Just look at the instructions at my blog. And
I actually had posted about that at RaceSim Central too, when you had announced that upgrade kit.
Exactly.
So you can see it at RaceSim Central about, and actually I linked right to your blog page. So if you're interested in upgrading your wheel, you just have to pay for shipping, right? If you want to do it yourself.
Exactly. It's for shipping and the kit itself, which is just $40 US, 40 euros.
Or you can ship the wheel to you guys, and then you'll charge labor. How much was it for?
It's 30 euro or 30 US dollar, and
so $70
exactly.
to send you the wheel. Well, then it would cost for shipping on my end too. But that's actually, and I'll tell you right now, you're pretty much getting a new wheel. Personally, I would just go with I had to have the upgrade sent to me and do it myself, which is what we had done on another. This is actually a brand new wheel, but we had upgraded one ourselves, and it was pretty easy.
Yeah, you don't have to solder or something.
It's all plugs.
Pretty good manual now, and thanks to Roy of our community.
There you go. So let's talk about some other products that you got coming.
Well, after months and months and months of delays, we finally are about to ship the Carrera now. I mean, we're a small company. We can only do one thing at one time, and so that was our first priority. And now we're fully focusing on getting the Carrera out, and we hope to start production in July. So wheels will arrive in August, hopefully.
So anybody inquiring about a Carrera, we had it on the show not long ago. Hopefully by the end of the summer it'll be available to ship to your doors right before Gran Turismo. So it'll be a great Gran Turismo 5 wheel.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, wow. Amazing. Now what about anything else? Club Sport shifter, which you've announced, and the handbrake.
Yeah, we're gonna, I mean, once the wheels are all out and done, we can focus on the new projects. I mean, we have already working prototypes of the handbrake at least. Shifter, still very early stage, but we know exactly what we want because we got great feedback from you guys, and we're gonna build exactly what you want.
Price point?
99 as requested.
For both?
That's our target.
For both of them?
No,
each one?
The drift brake is going to be cheaper. I mean, their target price is probably about 70 something.
Wow, not bad. So the shifter is going to be about $100?
Yeah.
$99, great. That's a good price. So a little more on the shifter. Is it going to be gate and sequential? Are you going to have the option to switch from one to the other?
Well, again, I mean, it's still very early stage, but we got a pretty nice list of requested features, and many of them requested to have a sequential as well as an age-gated one, only if there's no compromise. And this is exactly what we want to do. I mean, if we are able to implement a sequential shifter and we have some good ideas, then it will be no compromise. It's gonna feel like a real sequential shifter, and of course it's gonna be compatible to all the existing wheels, and perhaps even compatible standalone, better clamping, fully metal.
Now,
you name it, whatever.
6-speed plus reverse, or 5-speed plus reverse?
7.
7 plus reverse? Oh, so it'll be 8 gates.
8 gates.
Nice. Very nice. One of the other requests we get are from Aussies, Australians. They're always asking, how do I get a Fanatic wheel? Or not always, but we get a lot of requests from Australians. Why doesn't Fanatic ship to Australia?
Well, now after the crazy time of delivering the PWTS, etc., everything is over. We also have time to take care more about the back office. Our main focus is support as well. I mean, this is definitely something we have improved and we will continue to improve. Next thing is expand to other sales regions. So I'm very happy to announce that the wheels for Australia are on the way.
Wow,
and,
great.
And New Zealand as well. And we even are very close to ship something to Brazil and to Japan. So and
Really
then
expanding,
there
that's
are
great.
very small white spots open.
Great news. All right, Thomas, well, thank you for actually coming to our studio. I didn't mention it at the beginning. We actually came back to the studio post E3 because we were actually so busy at E3 we didn't have a chance to do the interview, but it was great to have you come here, and we actually got to do some racing together. We ran some IndyCar, Delara at Mid-Ohio, which was a lot of fun. But thanks for coming in.
Well, I mean, thank you for being here, and we had a great day and good fun, and
Definitely do it again next year.
oh, for sure.
No World Cup next year to watch, though.
Yeah, well, I told you not to talk about the World Cup today.
USA!
Yeah, well, we'll make it anyway. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks again, Thomas. Thomas, Yacker. God, I always have a. Oh, let me say it again. Yackermeyer?
Yeah. It's not that difficult.
I know.
Darren Ganji.
Oh, mine only has 5 letters. Anyway, Thomas Yackermeyer.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Feel your sim racing experience come to life with the Butt Kicker Gamer 2 by Githammer. To enhance your F1 2010 experience, you can get $10 off a Gamer 2 now by going to InsideSimRacing.tv and clicking on the Butt Kicker banner to take advantage of this offer. Live the game and feel the music with a Butt Kicker Gamer 2 for $119.99. Only at InsideSimRacing.tv. Does not include shipping and handling. Offer ends October 31st, 2010.
Get in gear. Get in gear with Sim Gear.
Now only $179 exclusively at InsideSimRacing.tv.
That was a great interview, Darren. And
Thank you.
Sorry, Thomas, I didn't get a chance to interview you myself.
He's a
And
great guy.
Yeah, too bad he didn't live closer, and then we could have him in the studio a lot more often.
Yeah, and you know what? We got him to race, and he's been iRacing now since he's been here. So we had a great time with him. Cool guy.
Next up, we're interviewing Triton headphones over at E3 to see what new products they have. I actually interviewed, I didn't get his name.
What was that fellow's name?
He was a cool fellow.
Triton
though.
dude.
Yeah, you'll find out in the interview.
No offense,
but-
Triton dude.
Yeah, no
I didn't
offense.
meet you. I was off doing something else.
But one thing he did mention,
right
yeah, you weren't around. You were actually stalking
Trying to-
Olivia Moon.
Stalking her?
I'm just playing.
I was taking pictures.
He was just taking pictures. But he did mention one interesting fact that all throughout the E3 show that they were using the Triton headphones on their displays. So here's my interview with Triton headphones. All right, guys, I'm here with Triton Technologies, and I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Sure, my name's Tim Diulo, and I'm an operations manager.
And Tim's going to show us the new products that Triton has.
Absolutely. I wanted to start with our pretty much our entry-level gaming headphones. These are our AX180s, and they're basically your simple stereo gaming headset. Comes with a detachable mic. It works on cross-platform, all the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PC, and you can basically watch DVDs with them as well. The cool thing about this headset, we're launching at the show here, and which is really exciting news, is that our AX180 is now going to be coming out with our AX180 wireless headset. Fans have been asking for this for like 2 years.
We like wireless.
Absolutely. So not only with our existing customers who have our AX180, they're going to be able to buy the accessory package to upgrade their 180 from a wired headset to a wireless headset. And as you can see right here, this is our new wireless AX180 headset. It comes with our detachable cable from our wired headset. So basically all you're doing is detaching, get this detached, detach it from your wired, and then basically plug it into your new controller. Has a receiver. It is all radio frequency, so there's no in line of sight with having infrared or anything. You could be pretty much in the bathroom or something playing your video game, you're still listening to it if you like. But this is really exciting news. We just launched here at the show, promoting it. It's gonna be out in the retail sector in October.
Is there a price point for that?
$149 for the full kit. As far as the accessory upgrade, that's yet to be determined.
Okay, so the accessory upgrade would be if you already have the headphones.
Exactly.
But if you want to get the whole kit, $149.
Absolutely. That's it. And this is a great little unit. It basically just clips onto your belt, so you can sit anywhere in your house, play wireless. You have your receiver right there, and you're going to get a great, amazing sound out of this.
Cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, these are our top of the line. They're called the AX Pro. They are true 5.1 Dolby Digital gaming headphones. They actually have 4 speakers in each ear cup, and you're able to dial in each sound field independently with our inline volume control. If I wanted to turn my subwoofer up, I would just hit my subwoofer and turn the volume up. And you also have a master volume. The chat volume is separate from the game volume, so you could, if your buddies are talking shit, sorry, but you could turn them down or mute them or whatever you like to do with them and still listen to your game volume. We made some modifications this year to our 2010 model. We come with a detachable headset now, so you don't have 13 feet of cable to try to wind up and put on your TV. You could just detach it and put your headset in a safe place. We actually boosted up our Xbox Live connector, so there's no issues with our Xbox Live chat function that we had some in the past. But these are amazing headphones as far as the true 5.1. Most games are decoded in true 5.1, so why not listen to them in a true three-dimensional surround sound setting. And these retail for $169. They're actually out on the market now at anywhere, your Best Buy, Fry's Electronics, Tiger Direct, Newegg.com. You can pretty much get them anywhere, and these are our top of the line that are actually being used throughout this whole show with Sony and Microsoft and so forth.
Now, are these compatible on all platforms as well?
Yes, so Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PC, and if you just want to watch DVDs on your TV.
Great. Well, we look forward to trying these out in the near future.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Next up, a title that a lot of our viewers have been asking about.
I've been really waiting for this one.
WRC by Blackbean and Milestone. We get a lot of requests. It's a highly anticipated title, and
again, we got way more than we expected. I'd like to thank Fabio and David. Oh, speaking of which, I'd also like to thank them for this kick-ass SBK X Legends tin.
that's some
edition.
cool artwork.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's really
a cool
cool.
cover.
Yeah, it's really cool. For the PS3, and I'd like to thank them for hooking me up with this while we were there. But great guys. Fabio, Tommy got a great interview with Fabio.
Tommy interviewed them, or Fabio, and he did a great job with that.
He did a great job. We got a lot of footage. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So check it out.
Servus, ich bin der Jackemeyer Thomas von Fanatic und ihr schaut gerade Inside Sim Racing TV.
For all of your sim racing news and reviews, check out RaceSimCentral.com.
Today's top story sponsored by Race Sim Central. Sim racing news and forums since 2000.
Hi, I'm Tom Hackey here with Inside Sim Racing, and we're here with Fabio Paglianti talking about WRC, the new game. So tell us a little bit about the game.
Okay, we're working on this game in the last 2 years on the official license of WRC, but that come back to the video games console for the last 5 years. We are working to recreate a total rally driving experience in this game. So we recreated the season 2010 in all the very characteristics. So we have 13 locations, like the 13 official rally.
Great.
And for each rally, we recreate 6 stages for a total amount of 78 stages in overall game.
Incredible.
We also have all the official cars and crew and team from the license. And so we have about 60 crew divided into 20 cars, model cars. The WRC is divided into 4 classes: WRC, Super WRC, Production WRC, and Junior WRC. So the different levels of car, there are regroups different type of car with similar power and similar condition. Okay.
Great. Now, what type of technology did you use to capture the track locations? Because these are real-world tracks, right?
Yes, we have. We don't have exactly the same stages of the reality, but we send our artists and photographers around the world to understand which are the typical elements of each rally. And then we take photographers, movies, DVDs of that, and recreate in our system of creating the asset the same characteristic. So the same landscape, environment, vegetation, buildings, and monuments. Okay, so the fan that can recognize along the track, along the stages, some typical elements of that kind of rally. Like for example, in German rally, you can see Porta Nigra, and maybe you can recognize the military base that normally used to go through the rally. Okay,
Great.
and so for all the location, we found some typical elements, a very characteristic element, like the jump, the yellow house in Finland, for example, and we reconstruct this kind of element in the game.
Fantastic. Now let's talk about the in-car experience a little bit.
Okay.
When you're driving, do you have a co-driver with you?
Absolutely yes. We have studied a system of pace noting with a co-driver voice in 5 languages at the moment: English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish. And we support also male and female co-driver, as the real team have some co-driver female. Okay.
Great.
The system allows the players to change the timing of the pace note, to have them in a different timing, to have them early or in late, depending on their skills. Okay.
Great.
Also, the game is studied to be accessible for everyone. So we have a system, an handling system that is the same for all the players, but the player can decide to turn off and turn on the hits, and so it can change the experience of the rally driving experience. Okay.
Great. Now, have you guys focused more on physics and realism, or more on like graphics and that type of thing? What have you put your focus on there?
We have 2 focus about that. One focus is the realism, and the realism is declined into physics and graphics. So what we see in the game is the real aspect of the environment, the aspect of the landscape, the same lighting condition of the rally. So, for example, if the rally is in autumn, you probably have a cloudy situation with wet tarmac or wet mud and so on. Okay.
Great.
And so, depending on the normal weather condition of the rally, the lighting, the shape of the landscape changes, reflecting the reality. About the physics and handling system, we recreate a system based upon real data provided by the teams that help us out a lot to reach this achievement. For this reason, the handling system is very realistic, okay, but accessible. With aids, we allow the player to play the game and to drive a rally car, because a rally car is not a normal way of driving. It's a completely different experience.
Yes.
So the maneuver of the car, the bumpness of the surfaces is all lot of elements that allow us to recreate the experience of driving a rally car.
Great. Now, you mentioned wet tarmac. How many different types of ground surfaces are there?
We studied a lot of different terrains, about more than 40 type of terrains. For example, we have different type of gravel. The one with the sand, the one with the rocks, the one the normal grounds. The tarmac can be different because it can be dirty or clean. The tarmac it can be wet, can be different type of grass. With high grass or lower grass, it can be wet, it can be dry, and all these different terrains are a different reaction of the car on the grip of the car. So the player can understand and feel the different grip on the surface of the car.
Great. Now let's talk a little bit about sounds. I noticed that there was great engine and transmission sounds. Is there also tire sounds independent for each tire? Stuff like that.
Yeah, we're working hard about this because when you are in cockpit view or in bonnet view, for example, you need sounds to understand if your car is losing control or not.
Yes.
So we are working to give the right feedback to the user, to the player, so you can hear the skidding sounds of each single wheel. Okay, you can understand by the sounds if you are losing control or not.
Good.
Also, the engine reacts depending on the situation. You can also the pop-up of the turbine of the engine, and the power of the engine that changes depending the altitude. If it jumps or not, you can you can hear a different sound of the engine.
Great.
So we are working hard to reflect the real engine sound to give to the user all the feedback that he needs to play and have fun with this game.
Great. Now, typically, I'm a terrible rally driver, and I'm a much better road driver. But when I'm a terrible rally driver and I go streaming off into a barrier or something, is there a damage model? Am I going to be penalized for this terrible rally driving?
The system that works like this, the car can be damaged, can suffer some scratches on the chassis, they can be deformed with the chassis, and can lose some part of the car, like the doors, the bumpers, and the bonnet. In the rally game mode, in the championship game mode, you can have some damage of the car, crashing, physical damage, and so your performance can be downed by this damage. Also, but you can repair your car between the stages, coming back to the service park area. Okay, you can fix the car in the total amount of time that you have, and decide in a sort of strategical situation which car is more important for you to repair. Maybe you prefer to repair the braking system and not the engine system. You prefer the steering system, not the wheels, and so on.
Great.
So you can decide to fix some different part of the car to obtain some more advantage of repairing or not some part of the car.
And what kind of steering wheels are going to be supported for the game?
We support for console all the official one, so all official steering wheel for Microsoft, Xbox, and PS3. For PS3, we also support the Logitech G25 and G27, for example. And for all the platform, PC included, we also support the Fanatec steering wheel. Okay. For PC, our aim is to support about more than 30 steering wheel in total, okay, from all the most common steering wheel and some particular model that the fan of the rally can be used for this kind of game.
Great, fantastic. And do you guys support a combination, such as if I wanted to have a Logitech steering wheel and Fanatic pedals?
This option is allowed only on PC because console have a different behavior. We are working to fix this kind of problem on PC, interfacing our game to this situation of different controller used for the game.
Great.
So we are working on that.
And the controls are adjustable and assignable buttons and axes?
Absolutely. The player can customize his speed in the game in various parts of the game. So he can customize the button on the steering wheel, on the pad. He can customize the UI in the game, for example. He can decide the timing of the pace note. You can choose to switch arrows within the minimap and so on. So the game is I have an high level of customization. Okay.
Great. And needless to say, there is force feedback supported. Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay,
absolutely,
great.
yes, absolutely.
And what is the release date for this title?
End of September. The date is not confirmed yet, but probably is the end of September, the first week of October.
And is that worldwide, or is that just in the United States, or just in Europe?
At the moment, it's just in Europe, but we're working to bring the game over Europe.
Great. And is there going to be a demo available?
Yes, will be available for all the platform before the release date.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure.
And that's WRC.
That wraps up everything for our E3 2010 coverage. We got a lot of cool stuff and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we sure did, man, and a lot of great stuff. Again, thanks Fabio and David for the great interview there with WRC and
everyone else who we interviewed along the way. And
still a little bit more next show.
Yeah, next show we're going to be putting on Connect.
Yeah, for
and
Forza.
how it works in Forza.
Got to go to a Future of Forza party, which was really cool, invited by the developers of Forza, and checked out some cool cars. Got to do the Connect with the hands out in front. It was you missed that party.
I know, I did.
We had a lot of fun.
And you even blogged about that at
I did.
racesimcentral.com, where we have been blogging daily.
News and forums since 2000 for the last 10 years, so check it out, racesimcentral.com.
Yeah. Keep up to date with all your sim racing news. And with all these titles coming out in the near future, we're going to be quite busy here in the SRT studios.
Yeah, every one of the titles that you saw here in these last 4 episodes are definitely going to be on the show. If you didn't catch it in the end of the Gran Turismo 5, we're going to be hopefully going to Sony's studios here in Santa Monica, checking out Gran Turismo again before that November 2nd launch date, so stay tuned for that.
So subscribe to our YouTube channel and make
Click that little button.
to be updated every time we release a new episode. Waiting on you guys to subscribe and help us out. We need 10,000 subscribers.
Thanks to all of you that have already. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and thanks for all your comments. Those of you who've been commenting on the show, we do read each and every one of those.
Yep.
And make sure to visit our website, InsideSimRacing.tv. You can purchase some of the products you see here on the show and check out our forums.
Yep.
I guess that wraps it up today. Fourth and final installment on our E3 2010 visit. Checkered flag is out, and so are we.